Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of Good Society, which Lauren has wonderfully named Love and Friendship, which you know is going to be wonderful and exciting. Thank you for being here today. My name's Jess. This is my channel, and I'm so excited to play this super cool game with all these awesome people. So let's go around and say hi to everyone, starting with Brooklyn. Hi, Brooklyn.
Hi, Jess. Hi. I'm the worstest. Hi, I'm Brooklyn. I'm excited to play this, and I don't know much about what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it hopefully well.
Yes, I believe it. And next, let's go say hi to Anna. Hey, Anna.
Hi, Jess. Hi, chat. Hi, everybody. I also don't know very much about this except for the bits of PDF I have been speed reading for the last hour. But I have read 2 Jane Austen novels, so I'm sure I'll be fine.
I think that's the only requirement. Not even.
Not even a requirement.
Not even. And our wonderful facilitator for today, Lauren. Thank you so much for running this game.
Thank you for letting me run it. Yes, hello, my name is Lauren. I use she, her pronouns. I will be both playing and facilitating this short Good Society campaign. Good Society is a tabletop RPG written by Haley Gordon and V. Hendro, who together form Story Brewers. They're just my favorite design company out there. They did Alas for the Awful Sea. They did this. They did Memoirs of Harriet Wilson and her sisters. They just make really good games. They're making a game about sports anime. They're just adding me directly with everything. Everything that they make. And they just actually finished a really successful Kickstarter for some more expansions that I'm really excited to get into. But today we will be playing just the base game. They kickstarted 2 expansions, Pride and Prejudice and Practical Magic, and Sense and Sensibility and Swordsmanship, which are both very, very cool. But we're just, there might be swords on walls, but we're not going to take them off the walls in this game. And magic is just stuff you read about. It's a really accessible game, even if you haven't if you haven't read any Jane Austen, if you read a whole bunch of Jane Austen, because it's really just about Jane Austen is all about the relationships that people make and the way that people pursue what they want and what their idea of happiness and a good life is. And this game is really well set up to do this. This is completely diceless. They have a really cool narrative decision system. And one of the things that I really like about this is that it's set up to be like we're writing a book together. So I've titled this campaign Love and Friendship, which is, for all you Jane Austen nerds, one of the from Jane Austen's Juvenilia. But at the end of the campaign, we might end it. We might title this novel we're writing something else. But we are now going to create what the game calls our main characters. So these are our Elizabeth Bennetts, our Marianne Dashwoods, our Anne Elliots, our Mr. Wentworths or Captain Wentworths, all that. And we have to do this all together. And so we've done a little bit beforehand, but I'm gonna just quickly talk everybody through because this is a new game for a lot of people. So the first thing that we do is that this game is set up into phases. And the first phase that we play is called the collaboration phase. And this is where we decide on what this game is going to look like and how we're going to treat some really important things. So there's 3 major questions that we ask. The first we ask is, what tone should the story have? They break it kind of down into, are we doing a drama? Are we doing a romantic comedy? Are we doing a farce? This is a lot to deal with how we treat consequences of our actions, how long people remember mistakes that have been made, how harshly society judges you. We've decided we're going to go with a basic kind of Jane Austen style romantic comedy. So, your actions have consequences, but you can recover from your misdemeanors. Society's quick to judge, quick to forget. So, for example, if you think about Emma, and you think about Frank Churchill and how everybody was like really upset about the way he treated Emma and how he was secretly engaged and it was awful. But then at the end of the book, they're all like, oh, but he's such a nice boy. It's fine. So the consequences will create drama, but at the end, yes, spoilers for Emma. Sorry if I spoiled this book that's been out for hundreds of years, which I know can be upsetting for people. So no shade. But yeah, the good, in the words of Jane Austen, the good will end happily and the bad will end unhappily, and that is what fiction means. I'm just gonna go so nerdy this entire stream. I apologize. Oh no, sorry, that's not a Jane Austen quote. That's an Oscar Wilde quote. I apologize.
It's all old. It's fine.
The next question that we answer is, how important is historical accuracy? So this game is set in Regency England, and this can be like really, really, we can treat this like try and, read up on Regency England, really go into this, trying to simulate what it was like back then. We can try our best, lean on people who know a little bit more about the era versus people who maybe don't know as much about the era. Or we can just be kind of like, history, what's history? I don't care about history. We decided that we were going to try to be mostly accurate. But, if we get some dates wrong, if there's a little anachronism, we're not going to make a big deal out of it, but nobody's going to have cell phones or anything. The thing we haven't decided yet is how we treat the gender power balance. And there are 3 options for this. There is historical, which is the standard Regency patriarchy. This means that men can inherit land and can have significant careers and can propose to women, and women can be wives. They can have jobs, but not like significant. Because women did work back then, but like they couldn't be in the military, they couldn't be priests, they couldn't be politicians, which were the kind of acceptable. They couldn't be merchant companies, and those were the acceptable professions for gentry back then. There is gender off. This means that anybody can be a landed inheritor. Anybody can have a significant and like respectable career, and any gender can marry any gender. And this is the setting that lets us have gay marriage. Because you can totally be gay in any of these settings, but if you want gay marriage, then we got to have gender off. And then the other option is backwards. And that means that we are living in a matriarchy. Only women can inherit money and land. Only women can have respectable careers. Only women can propose to men. And this is actually a really hard setting to play on, I found, because so much of the patriarchy that we live in is like so ingrained in us that it's like, especially if you know a lot about Jane Austen, that it's really, really hard to turn that off. And we hadn't decided between historical and gender off. So what do y'all think?
Personally, I'm leaning towards gender off. Mm-hmm. Because I think we have enough other stuff to like. There's enough other good stuff to focus on that leaving gender off feels like sufficient. Totally. Not dealing with the gender issues. At some point, I want to play it matriarchal.
Yeah.
At some point, it just flip it all on its head.
It's really fun. And this is what it says. So it's normal and acceptable for people of all genders to have significant, respectable careers, make the first move, inherit entailed estates, have marital relationships with all genders.
Yeah. So almost like just doesn't come into play, right? Like
yeah. And a lot of people, because a lot of people think Jane Austen writes books about the power imbalance between genders. And that can be viewed that way, but really she was writing about money. She was really writing about class. And so you can still have a lot of tension and lack of power and trying to find power in different ways other than through inheriting or having significant and respectable careers. Mm-hmm.
At some point, though, I want to be like, sweet, sweet little boy. All we can use you for is marrying you off to another family.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun because then you can, like, when I played it, we just, like, when...
Man who was truly accomplished.
we had, like, totally frivolous men who, like, only cared about, like, the fabric that their suits were made out of, and, like, it was...
Support them.
Yeah, it was really fun. But we decided, because part of the reason we decided not to do it like this is because this is new to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And so, we'd kind of show gender off is usually the way most people play it. So this is kind of a really basic, like, standard good society. The next question that we asked was how much hidden information that will be used in the game. We have, when you play, you get given desire cards. So this is a desire card we're not using in the game. And the desire cards have a front side and a back side. And so the front side of your desire card has a Jane Austen quote. This one is, "Marriage is indeed a maneuvering business." And on the back, we found out that the secret desire is to marry your child to somebody tremendously rich or of the peerage.
Why are we using that one?
It's really good, right?
Very mercenary. I like it.
They're all super good. It was really hard to pick through. So what we've decided is that player facing, we know each other's secret desires, but you, the audience, will not know our secret desires. Now, the next two questions, because I'm a big safety tool person, I'm really happy that they put all of this in the game mechanics as a phase. We're going to talk about, is there anything the game should avoid? So we made a list of lines and fails. What's cool about the way they talk about this in the rule book is that it's not just, hey, I don't want violence or, like violence against animals or something in this game. It's also like, let's talk about what's going on and what was acceptable in history. Advancements in agriculture, maybe we don't want, and that's actually one of the things that they suggest is like, maybe people don't want to deal with, the agricultural revolution, like, or the industrial revolution. And a few years after this, they started building trains across England. Maybe we don't want to deal with that. Maybe we just wanted to pretend that doesn't matter. Maybe we want to pretend that, and I think this is something that we decided that first cousins used to marry each other all the time back then. I mean, I love Mansfield Park, but it's weird. We're not going to do that. That's just, so that's kind of one of these things that we're avoiding, not just kind of basic safety things, but things that because of the tone we've chosen, for example, because this is a romantic comedy, there's not going to be a whole lot of like super dramatic stuff. And every narrative decision that we have to make, we have to think about, does this fit the tone? And that's what part of this, is there anything our game should avoid? And so we did that beforehand. One of the things we didn't do was, is there anything we super want to see in the game? Do you have any like goals? And this can be like, I want to go on a ball. I, want a gentleman to come dashing in on a horse and save the day, Colonel Brandon style, like, and
I mean, I'm never gonna say no to a fancy dance when possible in a tabletop RPG.
All right. How many fancy dances do we want? Do we want just like one? Do we want lots? Do we want to go to Bath and take the baths? Like, and we don't have to decide all of this right now, but if there's anything super you want to explore or want to have as kind of a wish list, we can put it in this collaboration section as something that we should all aim for.
Fancy dinners.
Fancy dinners. All right. I love it.
Weirdly specific seating arrangements.
Weird. Okay. Weirdly specific seating arrangements. Actually, I really like the idea of like, because that was a big thing about like, which table do we put people at, you know? So at some point we want to have a scene where we have to deal with all of these like very specific seating arrangements. So we'll know that I'm going to put that in.
Can't sit them next to each other. They hate each other.
You can't sit them next to each other because one of them's a member of the peerage and one of them is new money. They'll never. Yeah. No, that's not right.
Yeah. Oh, we have to sit them together because he's about to propose. Like, all that stuff. So that's the collaboration phase, and this is really important. This is something we're always going to go back to every time we make a narrative decision. Like I said. And make sure that we are following along with what we decided beforehand. Next, we go into what's caused the backstory phase. And this is where we create major characters, major characters and their connections. So the first thing we did was we picked our desire cards. So we all have our secret desires. And then, what we have to do is pass around relationship cards. We're all going to have some sort of relationship with each other. And so I think what we will do is we will just go down the line on the play set. So, for example, my relationship card, and these relationship cards have a public and a private side. So here's another one we're not using because it's too dramatic for what I chose. But the public side reads old family friend. The private side reads parent and child. So can mean a lot of stuff. And this, you guys only have the private sides that we are seeing. Yeah. But I will tell you if the public side is different. I think it's only different for one of you. But so mine is former friend. the giver of this card wronged the taker painfully and completely. So who would like to play my former friend?
Be mad at people.
I know, I was gonna say, we discussed this. We were all saying, like, Lauren was like, why didn't anyone take the super juicy card? And we're all like, it's hard to be mean. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard.
there was a super mean card. There was like a break up the object of your affections with their lover that nobody took.
We are entirely too wholesome for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's too many sweet beans in this room.
Let's skip it then, and we will we'll skip that one, and we will.
I was gonna say I could try that one.
You could try it.
Could you read it again so I can like get it in my head a little better?
So the giver of this card, that's me.
Okay.
Wronged the taker, you, painfully and completely.
Oh, okay.
You don't even have to be the mean party here,
Yeah,
Jess.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, no, and it's like something happened in the past. I stole your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Embarrassed you in public.
I wore the same dress as you on your coming out ball, like whatever,
And you wore it better later on in the letters people were writing who wore it better.
I know coming out ball isn't what I'm thinking it is, but
it could
that
be.
would be amazing.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. So they were talking about being in society versus out of society.
I know what it is, but I was like,
oh no, it's super
ball.
great. I mean, I think they should exist for those reasons too. Yeah. So how do you think I hurt you?
Did you, maybe I was hoping to have some sort of an event and then you threw a much bigger, better event on the same day and no one came to mind? Is that a thing that could happen?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, why don't we, oh, no, we don't have to decide yet.
Okay.
But that's, sorry.
That's fine.
So we're former friends. I'm going to put that, when you buy the game, it comes with a link, a beautiful online play document that they made. And we are using that. So yes, I am former friends with whatever Jess's character is going to be. Option 2, that was Brooklyn's siblings. The taker of this card is the sibling of the giver. The giver will decide who is older and who is younger. So somebody has to be, and I think for your desire, you have to be a younger sibling.
Yeah.
So somebody has to be Brooklyn's character's younger sibling. Who would like that?
I'd be happy to, I think.
Yeah. I think that could be interesting based on your desire. Yeah.
Yeah.
That. Okay. And then we are not doing desire 3. So option 4, Anna, you have.
I just realized how that works out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah?
It's super good. It's super good. I really like it.
Fan already.
So
What's happening?
the public side of your card is acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
The private side of your card is secret fiancés. So, who is going to be, I think it has to be me then. Yes, because you can't trade cards. Yeah, so I am Anna's secret fiance. All right. Awesome. And that means that option 5, that was Jess.
Yep.
And I think your card also has a different public side.
Yeah,
Um,
it does.
it does.
The public knowledge about me is that I am engaged.
Oh yes, that's public knowledge. We're just talking about relationships
Okay.
right now. I know it's a lot.
It is, sorry.
Character creation is like pretty chunky in this game. Oh yeah, so the public side is that we're friends, or somebody is your friend. The private side is that old flame.
Mhm.
Giver and taker of this card are old flames. They had a romance once, and while the raging fire of their feelings has quieted, the spark never truly dies. So I think the only person who hasn't taken a card is Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brooklyn's character and Jess's character are old flames. My character and Jess's character are former friends. I am secretly affianced to Anna's character, who is Brooklyn's
younger sister.
younger sibling.
This is a mess already. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
How did we not pick Forest?
We might end up there, but
We'll start here and then kind of like
It is romantic comedy, right?
yeah, we can still have fun.
But this is tone, right? Because if this could easily be a drama thing too, right? Like depending on how much I wronged Jess's character, things could get real, real bad. There could be some real forbidden love stuff. But yeah, so now that we've formed our relationships, so we're going to, with our character backgrounds in mind, choose a character role and family background. So one of the things that the reason we should do it like this is like the siblings should probably have the same family background because they come from the same family. I did put suggested ones, but we don't have to choose that. So why don't we start with Jess?
Mm-hmm.
Jess, have you thought of a character role or background and a family background that you want?
Not a specific one. One of my things is that my family is hard up for cash, so I assume it has to be related. Like, I have to find a way. I feel like it would make sense to connect that somehow.
Hard up for cash?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this could be any of them, but, and the one I suggested was ill-reputed family. So you are, your family is constantly plagued by scandal. The other one is kind of humble origins. So maybe you came from, like the family of somebody who was once a shopkeeper who earned a lot of money or something.
Sorry, is this in the Excel file one, or?
No, this is in the playset sheet where I put the suggested character roles, and then it'll be in the play materials 2B and 2A.
Okay.
So the ones I suggested were dependent, which means you have like you're dependent on somebody, on another family.
Mm-hmm.
Like essentially that means you live in their house, and they take care of you, but you're not really part of their family. And yeah, from an ill-reputed family background. So maybe that's why you're hard up for cash, is because nobody, everyone thinks so ill of your family.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah.
We're harder for cash, and we hear of ill repute. Wow.
I mean,
what am I gonna do?
you don't have to do that. If there's another family background that you'd like, we can definitely do that.
I could take that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So definitely, make sure to look at those sections on ill-reputed. It is on the second page of family background,
Okay.
and dependent is page 4. All right. And Brooklyn and Anna,
Yes.
why don't we talk about your family background? So your options were old money and careerist, which are the ones I suggested, but do you want to be super rich? Do you want to be super poor? Do you want to be foreign?
Considering our shared ambitions as far as secret desires go and so on, it would make sense if we were at least moderately wealthy.
Okay.
There's some sort of reputation to maintain, I suppose.
Okay.
But which background that is, I'm not sure.
That could be, I would say probably old money or peerage. Those are kind of the ones with the most respected. Peerage just means that dad's a lord.
Yeah.
Or mom.
Or mom, because we can do that in this.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It means that you have.
I inherit.
Yeah, you're the older sibling.
Yeah. So that sounds like you want to be the heir from a peerage family. That sounds like that's the character you want, Brooklyn.
I can have fun with that if you're okay with that, Anna. Unless you have a different preference.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that family background. It's just a matter of picking a character role for me in that case.
Yeah. Are there any that kind of pop your eye?
I'm not sure. Because the suggested character role for the
the one that
desire card was heir.
Heir, yeah.
If I'm the younger sibling, that doesn't
You
work.
are not the heir. So Meddler is really good. Cornerstone is also really good.
I think I could do all right with a cornerstone.
Yeah. Cornerstone, the character also kind of looks like you. So.
Yes, quite literally, yes.
Cornerstone's a really good playbook. All right. And then that leaves me, and I am your secret fiance. So there has to be a reason that we disapprove. So I'm going to go with a less moneyed background. And I think I will go military. Military background.
Fancy uniforms.
Fancy uniforms. And I'm torn between hedonist and careerist. Hedonist, I feel, so it depends on how I wronged her, right? Or how I wronged Jess's character, or did I wrong them? Did I go on a bender and do something terrible because I'm a hedonist, or did I put career above somebody else? Let's go hedonist, and I'll try my hand at being a trash can.
You upset Jess too.
Yeah.
You could have ruined a party instead of just throwing one.
Yeah. Or I don't know. Apparently, because I was reading through the ill repute one, and it describes always your family moving a lot to try and avoid all the bad name they've. So maybe I got to a new area and you immediately outed me as ill reputed again.
Oh no.
Something? I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe. All right. So this is when
fun. It's been a while since I romanced a trash boy.
I tried to be a trash boy once and it didn't work very well, but I'm gonna try my best.
I'm so worried
in
about
you.
my little sibling.
I'm gonna try my best to be a
I'm
trash.
already stressed. I have 2 younger siblings. I'm already stressed for them, and now I'm stressed for you.
Now you have another younger sibling.
I do.
This is gonna be a fun experience for me because I am the younger sibling in real life.
Oh no.
Perfect. All right.
This is doomed.
So now we're gonna flesh out our characters a little bit.
So am I just automatically an heir though, or
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a character sheet for the heir. I think it's the very first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what we're gonna do is if we go to the player character, the character thing of play document.
Yeah.
And go to the character thing. You can go ahead and just claim a little character sheet thing, and fill out relationship, former friends with. But yeah, so we're gonna complete this our character role sheet first. That is the first step. So this means name, age, appearance.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Name, age, and appearance. And temperament. So for example, my name is...
I'm gonna take this one if no one's taken it yet.
I don't think... I took one, but I don't think anybody else did.
Yeah, grab one.
I'll go with this one.
Just gonna wait till everyone else has typed something.
Yeah, just go last. Ellis Pennington. There we go.
So
Ooh.
good.
My name is Ellis Pennington. I think I'm a captain. Captain Ellis Pennington. Or no, captain's kind of... Maybe I'm a lieutenant. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, I'm a lieutenant. Ellis Pennington. And my pronouns are he, him. And I am 22 years old.
A baby. I say at 23.
Right? Yeah.
Sweet baby trash boy.
This is
Actual
another thing.
children.
Well, this is another thing is that, I mean, they didn't marry super young back then, but usually by the time you were 16, like 18 to 16 was usually the time you started to get married, probably around 18. But Anne Elliot, who is 28 years old when Persuasion starts, is an old maid. Like, they've given up on her. She's never gonna get married. Yeah, so, and I mean, men could get married for whenever. Looking at you, Emma. What's his face is like almost her dad, like halfway to her dad's age. He's quite old. What's his name? I don't even remember his name.
That's one of the ones I haven't read, so.
Yeah. And the temperament, I think, is... I think his temperament is probably... I don't want to be vain. Like, I don't want to be super, super trashy because we're secretly affianced and I think we actually want to get married.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm not just like playing you along. So no, let's do it. He's vain. Yeah. He knows he's hot shit. He's proud. Let's go with that. I'll just Brooklyn.
Yes.
Looks like you started to fill out your character.
Trying.
What is your name, age, appearance, and temper? His appearance is quite stylish.
I don't know where you're finding the descriptions of these.
If you look in the play documents, that's the PDFs that
okay.
Lauren linked to at the beginning of the chat.
Yeah, it's pinned
on your character sheets. With your character role, in your case, air, there's descriptors to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Nice.
example descriptors, any. Yeah. So, if you want to read through that, we can go to Jess.
Yeah. So am I doing? Okay. What I've filled out so far is that the character's name is Lorelei Dixon. She is 20 years old. The desire thing is save your family financial ruin so you can break off your engagement. So what's publicly known about me is that I'm engaged. We decided I'm a dependent. My family is of ill repute, so dependent means I have to live with someone else. So I'm assuming I came to this area because the whole point of my engagement, I guess, is either to fix my family name or money situation. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'm engaged to someone who's much... I don't know how they arranged that since we're of such ill repute, but... I guess I am trying to fix my family's financial state by marrying
somebody.
Marrying someone fabulously wealthy, I guess, but I guess I don't like them because I want to get the heck out of there.
Yeah.
So then do I want to look at the ill repute one? Do I want to pick a positive and negative tag?
No, you want to look at your the character sheet, so dependent.
Yeah. Okay, so on that one...
so we have...
Name, age, appearance. What's my appearance? I assume... Because some of the things that suggest for, ill repute is that, you're reformed. Maybe you were, weird or...
yeah, those are tags that we'll deal with in a second. Okay. So this is the
Yeah, I'm just thinking, along those lines, I assume I'm trying to fit in. I guess I'm... Yeah. I probably try too hard, I'm assuming. I'm trying very hard to stay on the good side of things so that I can fix...
And so I kind of like the prim, a prim appearance, you're trying to look quite proper.
Yep, very prim.
And your temperament words are sunny, sullen, rational, or something else.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with, I assume I have a bit of a facade up.
Okay.
Is that a reasonable thing to declare?
Totally. Totally. So what is your facade?
I'm assuming I'm going for a very pleasant disposition.
Very pleasant? Okay.
Yeah, so I appear very prim and pleasant.
Right.
Very agreeable, overly so.
Affable.
Yes.
And we will talk about temperament or who you're dependent on after.
Okay.
Anna, do you have a name yet?
I think I'm gonna go with Imogene.
Okay.
I like that.
Such a good name.
If you want a different last name, you can change it.
Yeah, no. This one works just fine. Because we will be sharing it.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. So, Imogen Linden. Pronouns she, her. I think it's up to you, our age difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I would be younger sibling.
Yeah. None of us are already married, or would I already be married?
You could be married if you want to.
I'll say yeah.
Okay.
Just because I'm finally one person, and then I don't know, that makes the thing with Jess a little more interesting. But
yeah, totally.
But yeah, I'd probably say 24-ish.
Okay.
And then whatever younger age you want to be, but I'd say at least 2 to 3 years younger.
Yeah, but if my secret fiance is 22, I'm probably that age or younger. So I'm thinking 20 maybe?
Okay.
And this is why you don't create characters separately, because after we figured out our desire, then we figure out which relationship works best with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to figure out what age it's going to be. And that can pick playbooks too, right? Because there are some playbooks that require and desires, like Dowager, that's an older playbook, right? So that's gonna make a difference on what you're doing.
Okay.
So yeah, what is Imogene's appearance and temperament?
That's a good question. Since my secret fiance is very fancy, and I do like contrast, it would be fun if Imogen is less like flashy in appearance.
Yeah, kind of plain.
A little bit plainer.
Yeah.
Maybe edging into wallflower territory.
Okay, I love that. I love that this like trash boy. I mean, that's such a good trope, right? Trash boy.
Yeah.
And wallflower girl.
It is, and it also makes the fact that nobody knows we're engaged a bit more believable.
Totally, yeah.
Do I know, or is like no one know?
I think. I think like the actual engagement is secret.
Okay, so I know you're like fond of him. I'm like,
probably, yeah. Which might be why you're angling so hard for your goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just like, but he probably comes and visits a bunch, like probably family friends of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And what do you think your temperament is?
We
got passionate, stubborn, or I think that word is sensible.
Yeah, sensible. Having a secret fiance is not very sensible.
No, incredibly unsensible.
So I feel like maybe either passionate or stubborn in this case. And I don't know which.
I kind of love that she's like, she's passionate. Like she reads a lot of like romance novels.
Yeah.
And that's why she's like totally swept up into this like secret fiance business.
Yeah, stars in her eyes, definitely.
Aww.
Yeah. All right. So now that we've figured that, we're going to
Brooklyn.
Back to Brooklyn. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Yeah. So we picked the age. I'm gonna say after hearing that, I'm gonna go with like sensible.
Okay.
The exact opposite of my baby sibling. I'm sitting around like, stop it.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go with one of the interesting things with the word sensible. And Jane Austen, I'm going to get nerdy on you for a second.
Okay.
But if you talk about sense and sensibility, those are opposites.
Right. Okay.
So we can use sensible in the way that we use sensible, which means somebody who has sense.
I can say rational.
Yeah, rational. But sensibility back then was much more related to the French word sensible, which means passionate and sensible. I think means it doesn't exactly mean that in French, but
okay.
But if somebody who is sensible, so Sense and Sensibility, the book, Eleanor has a lot of sense. Marianne Dashwood is extremely sensible.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, that's just like a fun tangent about me being a nerd.
I do like that, but I might go with rational because that's more what I meant.
Yeah, totally.
Like responsible, overly responsible.
Yeah, 100%.
I have too much pressure.
Yeah, you're definitely an Eleanor Dashwood kind of character. Sense and Sensibility is great. I highly recommend the movie.
With Emma Thompson?
With Emma Thompson. Directed by Ang Lee. It makes me cry literally every time I watch it. Has a beautiful cast. It is my favorite thing Alan Rickman ever was in ever. So.
And I skipped appearance.
Oh yeah. How do you look?
Like old money, like not old money, but like because I didn't pay old money, but like she looks very put together.
Yeah, you like
regal. Almost.
You look proper and regal. Yeah. Okay, you look like a lady. Like, because you would be if your parents are in the peerage, you would be Lady.
Yeah.
Imogen and Lady.
Florence,
right. Yeah, so now that we have all that, we're going to choose starting reputation tags and write these on the public sheet. So we're going to choose each one. This is in the family background page. And you're going to choose one of each at the beginning of the game of a positive tag and a negative tag. And you're going to fill that out in this little reputation section. And when you gain 3 reputation tags, something happens. But yeah, so for example, I'm a military background. I am going to choose brave. I'm brave as my positive reputation tag, and my negative reputation tag is reckless. I am brave but reckless. So y'all can take a look at those and yeah. While you're
these are individually for characters and not for the family as a whole.
Okay. Yes, 4 characters individually. But it obviously, like, the way they have it is, and the way these reputation tags work in the game is really cool, because your reputation tags initially come from your family background. It's what people think of you based on what your family is, which is very Jane Austen, very Gentry. It all had to do with family and who your father was, and who his father was. But the reputation, and when you earn 3 reputation tags, you get a reputation condition.
Okay.
And these conditions come from your character page, which we don't have to worry about right now in character creation. But it's just really interesting the way that, like, they have your family's background combining with what happens to you personally. So you're your own person, but it always falls back on your family. And part of the way that you earn reputation and positive and negative tags is based on the values that your family background has. Which is a cool thing that Story Brewers does, is that they do this in Alas for the Awful Sea too. They have 2-part character sheets, so that each kind of playbook can really feel different based on, if you're the heir to a military family based on the heir to a peerage, that can mean really, really different things. And so it provides a lot of, like, interest in replayability, other than just, like, having the same kind of character archetype every time, which I really like. So now that I've word vomited at people, have our players come up with some tags?
I was debating for mine. Like, I assume, like, for my negative tag, I feel like it makes sense to be indebted, because that's literally part of what's happening for me. So it makes sense for my negative tag to be like, I am known for being indebted. And then for positive, I was debating between, like, reformed, because it seems like I'm making that attempt to be better, or unique, and that I'm unique in my family, and that I'm successfully engaged to someone who's much better and richer than me.
Like, you're the good one of your family.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
my whole family is of ill repute, obviously.
Yeah, it's like
So like when people mention your family, mention you, it's like, oh, they're lovely, but have you
It's a
met
shame
the
of that-
family?
Yeah, that's it. Like,
yeah, like oh, Lorelei is so lovely. It's a shame that she's part of this family.
exactly. Like, yeah, all of those Dixons are just a mix, except for that Lorelei. She's a bright patch in that disaster garden. Like,
Yeah,
in that weedy.
totally.
So yeah, I think I would take those two. I think those are those are the ones I think I'm gonna take.
Imogen.
I'm thinking maybe giving as a positive tag, and incompetent as a negative one.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
the impression of me is like, oh, she's a sweetheart, but she's completely incapable.
So one of the things that I'm interested in is that you picked the cornerstone background, or cornerstone character role, as somebody who like is keeping the family together.
Yeah, but
So
I'm thinking
you're
maybe
a cornerstone, but you're not doing it with your competence.
The emotional cornerstone.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, maybe emotional cornerstone, sort of be the one that's like, no, let's just get along and talk about things and not, yeah.
And what I like about this is that it leaves you room to grow into maybe a more competent one, because we can spend reputation tags later on. That's something we'll get into later on in play. And not Lorelei, Florence. They're both little sounds.
Yeah, sorry. I think I'm going with influential,
Okay.
positive, and I'm stuck between proud and vain, but I kind of like proud.
Okay.
Like, I'm already vain in real life. I don't need to do that.
How much do you want to just like make yourself a Jane Austen right now?
I mean, I am already a Jane Austen character in my heart, but
I was, you already got the sibling thing, we can. I like that though.
yeah, but I've never in my life been competent, so I'm gonna pretend for now.
Okay. I like that because you have an incompetent sister,
Yeah.
which based on your desire is really, really good.
It's so messed up.
I'm so proud of myself for once in my life not playing the mom friend.
It's true. I'm so proud of you. You are certainly not the mom friend.
Yeah, so influential and proud, I'm thinking. But
All right. So the next thing that we do is we're going to consider our characters' personality, past, and position, and how we all kind of fit together. This is going to be kind of a long conversation, and we're at about the hour. So what I am going to suggest is we take a break. We can talk about it on the break, and then come back and summarize it for for our lovely audience, so we can get right into play. Well, not play. We have to create our NPCs, but we can get into that kind of after we've talked everything out.
That sounds good. I like it. Okay,
All right.
So we'll just go away for a bit. Everyone, thanks for hanging out with us. This is already so awesome. So many people in chat are like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good! I have to play this." Yes, go check it out. I will put the command in so you can go find it. It's called Good Society, and you should go check it out. And we will be back in a few minutes. Go get yourself a drink. Go get up and stretch, and we will be back here in a few. Bye. Hi, we're back. Sorry, we were just discussing scandalous things.
it's the War of 1812, all the good stuff.
But we're back now with more Good Society. So
Yeah.
what's the? So next we're gonna create NPCs, right?
Yeah. So what we did off stream was we kind of talked about how we're related to each other, what happens So, for example, what I did to wrong, and it all kind of ties up really nicely. So, what I was the former friend. I wronged Ellis wronged Lorelai, and what Ellis did to wrong Lorelai was that Ellis was engaged previously to Lorelai's brother, but then Lorelai's family became embroiled in an investment scandal. The family lost reputation, and Ellis broke off the engagement. Yes, Ellis is my character.
I'm gonna work on our tags right now while you do this.
And so that's why, and because Ellis broke off the engagement with Lorelai, Jess's brother, Lorelai then had to marry somebody else, and so she is very upset, and that is why we're not friends anymore.
And because you hurt my poor brother, he's a good boy.
Yeah,
he's a good, sweet boy.
Lorelai and Florence were close, intimate friends, were in love at some point, but Florence, being the heir to a lord or lady, and with what happened to Lorelai's family, she married somebody else, married for the family, because that's the kind of person she is.
Yeah.
And there are like
rumors about our friendship, and I was like, I'm gonna squash these.
And so there are not no hard feelings, but like they were young, everyone kind of understands they were young. What else did we talk about? Oh yes. The reason that Imogen and Ellis are secret fiancés is because Ellis is only a lieutenant. I am not rich enough nor distinguished enough to marry into a family. And that is why we are secretly engaged and may elope to Scotland. That could be fun.
I always wanted to go to Scotland.
One day, let me tell you about eloping to Scotland. It's very interesting.
Yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, because you didn't have to get, there was some sort of, I watched the whole thing on marriages back then.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of documentaries, but I don't remember.
Pretty much, like, you didn't have to necessarily get married in a church in Scotland.
Yes, that was it.
Yes.
And so what they would do is that they'd go to, it was called getting married over the anvil. They would go to Scotland, go to a blacksmith. The blacksmith would make the ring, the wedding ring, and then he would officiate the marriage.
So good. So good.
Because blacksmiths are magic. I mean, that's a legit folklore thing.
It is, yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was super cool. So that's the kind of stuff that we talked about, and we just decided to talk about it off stream as opposed to trying to figure it all out on stream. And now we gotta share public knowledge and perform any additional instructions on our desire cards. So I think the only public knowledge is that Lorelai is engaged. The instruction on my card, secret fiancés, we have to create a parent as a mandatory connection for Anna. Brooklyn's instruction comes after the first novel chapter. And what I have to do is create and spread a rumor about what I did. I start with one extra negative reputation tag.
Oh no.
One extra resolve token.
I do have a quick question.
Yes.
On my card, it does say my parents have passed away.
Oh.
But it could just...
I think that's just flavor text.
Okay, then cool. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't, like, conflicting with Anna's.
No, yeah. I mean, it can't... Yeah, I think this is just flavor text. I mean, we can do what we want.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. We will have a parent at least once.
We have
one.
We have a parent. But maybe one parent passed away, and that's why you feel like you need to like rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Right?
I am new mom.
So, the rumor I am going to make is that, and I'm just going to put this in the rumor. So, this is when I spread a rumor, this means it's in play. This means that it's something people are talking about. And what I did was, let's say I like publicly broke off the engagement. Publicly broke off engagement.
Dang.
With, and we haven't named the brother yet.
I'll look for a brother name.
No. Well, we're gonna create the brother.
Okay.
Later. And I have one extra negative tag. So that's fun. Let's go with cold.
Aw.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cold.
Yeah.
How?
I don't think anybody would like understand why I broke off the engagement. People would be like, "Oh, that makes sense," but like,
Right.
you didn't need to kick them while they're down.
Yeah.
Yeah. In front of everybody? How dare you?
It doesn't necessarily mean you are cold. It just means that's your reputation, right?
Yeah. So now that we've done that, confirm our character pronouns, which we did when we made the characters. So when we've all kind of introduced our characters, and now we're going to create connections. Some people have mandatory connections through their cards, and some people have mandatory connections through just this kind of backstory we've come up with. So, for example, it's not strictly written that your mandatory connection, Brooklyn, should be your spouse, but we should have your spouse.
Probably have one.
Um,
I already got rid of them.
Lock them in the attic. No, wait, that's not Austin.
already a widow. And if you are having trouble coming up with a name, I have, the deck of connections, so we can draw some, make some up. But let's start with mandatory connections. Everybody gets to create 2 connections now. And then if we need to create another connection through the course of the game, we can all create a connection.
Okay.
One
Where
more.
are we finding connections?
Connections is on the character keeper document, and you just kind of scroll down.
Okay.
So let's start with, does anybody else besides Anna have a mandatory connection?
Where was that? Was that on the character?
It's on the desire card.
Oh, the desire card.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
No, I don't think so.
No, although you should probably have a fiance.
Oh yeah, I'm engaged. That's
Yeah,
right.
to somebody you really don't like.
I really don't. But somehow they're like good money, so I don't know how I got that. So.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Well,
Still
maybe
want
we
to get out of
talk
there.
about it a little bit.
Some new money person. Some
Yeah.
unpleasant new money person.
And you need a brother as well. So
Oh yeah.
let's
you-
make your connections. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there should probably be somebody for Florence to throw Imogen at. Yeah, we should create a marriageable. We should create some marriage candidates.
I need options to pick for my sister.
So, yeah, let's go with Jess's character. Let's go with Jess's characters.
Do we want to do the brother first? The one that you...
Yeah, let's do the brother.
My brother who you dumped?
The brother I dumped. Oh my god. So what's his name?
Can
he be this guy? Can he be Jacob?
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
That's my brother. Look how handsome my brother is.
Look how sweet he is.
He's a good boy.
He looks wholesome.
So
how dare you?
According to
How could
this,
you hurt that bee?
How could you hurt that good boy?
I don't know. So according to this card, Jacob is a curate, which is like a baby priest.
Oh Did he get so hurt he joined the priesthood?
Not a baby who's a priest. So, this is Church of England. Priests can get married.
Yeah, it's like is that Anglican basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my family is.
And what a curate is, oh my gosh, this is my job now.
All right, you're the church expert.
I am both the Jane Austen and the church expert. I am just made for this game. Yeah. What a curate is like what a medical resident is to doctors. So a curate is ordained. But they are working under a more established priest to gain experience.
Are they going to become a priest eventually?
They already are priests. But,
okay. So exactly like residents.
But he doesn't have his own church yet.
He doesn't have his own church. Yeah, because part of being a priest is like a lot of actual administration work, on top of all the priest stuff. So that's what a curate is. And he has questionable prospects. This is enthusiastic, free-spirited, and a little unfashionable. His love of the Lord's work is matched only by his love for his own voice. Which I love. I love these two like vain trash boys. Just like
they were so good and vain together. I love that idea.
Yeah,
they were and I feel like Ellis was making Jacob more handsome. Like was dressing him up a little better.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
all right, so we'll make Jacob Dixon.
Yep.
Jacob Dixon. He/him pronouns.
Yeah.
Yeah. He, him. And this is Lorelai's brother. Lorelai, what does Jacob think of you?
That I'm too quiet?
Yeah? Okay.
Because I'm just thinking of his, like, beautiful raucous voice, and he's good at speaking, and he's good at, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, I've kept... probably a little more, I don't know, I keep things a little more simple because I don't want to I don't want to mess stuff up.
Okay.
Bad stuff keeps happening.
I'm in love with him already. He's so good.
He's a good guy.
Yes, can I marry both of you?
Monogamy off too. We're good.
And now we need to create for you a fiance. So what they recommend is drawing is I'm going to shuffle to connect. So you can just, if you have a fiance in mind, we can do that, or I will shuffle this deck, pick 3 cards.
Yeah. The only thing I had in mind, like I said, is that they're new money.
They're new money. Okay. So, oh God. Perfect.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
We got, he's peerage. But I was going to say, I pulled Grant.
Yeah.
Grant.
So we got to take him, but we can say he's new money. So we have Grant, who is wealthy, stern, businesslike, intent on setting a good example, secretly jovial among his closest friends, but would never betray his inner mirth. Kind of old, so that might be part of the reason why you don't want to marry this dude.
Yeah, could be.
But he also looks exactly like Grant Ellis, and I'm really glad we got to pull him.
Yeah. I want him just so that there can be Grant and there can be Ellis, and then...
Oh my god. I also have Caroline.
Oh.
Caroline loves dogs.
Okay.
Open-hearted and amiable unless one of her dogs doesn't like you.
Oh no.
Fierce defender of friends, animal and human alike. Or I got Jonathan.
Okay.
Jonathan's an army major. Kind but acts with typical military rigidity. And we're not going to say that he has little prospect of inheritance because that's not part of the thing. So
I'm gonna go with Grant.
Actually, no. Let's go with instead because that doesn't work. We also have Jasper.
Jasper, what's wrong with did Jasper just have lemonade?
I don't know. Poor dude.
Did Jasper just suck on a lemon? I'm just
Terribly shocked by something.
So he is recently wealthy, or no? Yeah.
Okay.
Does he want to be recently wealthy or unexpectedly wealthy?
Both.
Recently unexpectedly wealthy.
All right.
Sorry.
Unexpectedly wealthy yet unmarried.
Oh, that makes sense. That one kind of works.
Inherited the barony of a distant relation, a touch naive. Pursued by a litany of suitors, who he is beginning to suspect are fortune hunters. So.
Oh, don't do it to him.
I feel so bad. I feel like Jasper fits the best.
You feel like Jasper, but I mean, if you want to be engaged to Grant.
We can still have Grant in the game somewhere.
Yeah.
We can make him somewhere else. He can exist. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we could make Grant slightly more pleasant than the person I'm engaged to, who I like hate and trying to break it off with.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to hate poor
that's
Jasper.
true.
You can just not want to marry him because he looks like this. His face is just frozen like this.
He's just surprised all the time.
Perplexed. That's the word I've got. Perplexed.
Yeah. Like,
Easily spooked.
Jasper, are you okay?
What's Jasper's last name? Jasper Coombs. I like that. Do you like that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Mr. Coombs.
And he's definitely unexpectedly wealthy, and that's why he's so shocked all the time.
I have how much money in the bank?
How do you spend money? How do you spell his last name?
Coombes.
Cool.
He, him. And what does Jasper think of you?
Oh gosh.
He wants out too.
What?
What if he wants out too?
Probably. I mean, like, I'm sure one of his other fortune hunters is more interesting than me. Like, maybe he suspects I'm the only not fortune hunter but I am.
Oh,
I like that.
I think
He doesn't necessarily love me, but he thinks I'm like earnestly.
he likes him for his personality.
And I
That's
don't.
a bad situation.
Yeah, maybe it's that weird thing where you really want out, so you have a hard time being really super flattering of him.
Yeah.
So he's like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. She's chill.
Yeah.
Chill. All right. Florence, let's create your spouse.
Oh.
Do you have an idea for your spouse, or do you want me to draw them randomly?
They're probably also like either old money or like nobility at least, because I am practical and I would marry someone who would at the very
Are you married to Grant?
I can't do it because I could not ever talk to him now that we've made all this joke.
No, he loves it. I've talked to him about it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really proud of the resemblance.
Yeah, he was here
card.
earlier and he was very excited that we had discussed Grant.
Yeah. No, he loves it.
Yeah, but that means I giggle all through the game too.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, that is fair.
It's not even like I'm worried about meeting a real person because I never leave my house. I'm more worried about let me do this whole game and pronouncing my husband's name as Grant the whole time.
I mean, we don't have to say Grant. I just say it.
I would have to.
I have to say Grant.
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 Grant. Yeah. Do you want me to draw?
Sure.
Okay.
Give me a couple of options.
Yeah. Oh. So we got
Yes.
Francis.
Oh, she's cute.
Francis is gentle and from a wealthy family.
Aww.
Aww.
Sweet, intelligent, and mousy.
Aww.
We got Cassandra.
Yes.
Cassandra is a calculating socialite with a past scandal, which we don't have to say she has a past scandal.
Yeah.
I could be the past scandal. Who knows? I'm married for a reason.
Flirtatious, free, and entertaining, enjoys manipulating those who surround her, traitor in gospel or secrets. Or Isabel.
I like how we pulled all women because I'm down for it.
Yeah, I was like, I picked 3 super hot ladies for you.
Appreciate it.
Isabel.
I'm gonna have kids to have an heir after me, but
Isabel is a consummate socialite and extremely wealthy, friendly, wily, and forthright, born into the peerage, a fact which she uses to her absolute advantage. I feel like Isabel.
I feel like it's gotta be her.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's got a nephew or niece somewhere that needs inheriting something at a later date that you could
Or
adopt.
adoption. Yeah, adoption.
Yeah. So what's Isabel's last name? Did Isabel take the Linden name when she got married, or?
Well, I guess it would depend which of us is higher ranked who would take the last name.
Is she the money and you're the family name?
Well,
if you're a Linden, then we can say she's a Linden as well.
Yeah. Oh, we can also give her a last name.
Yeah, we could a fancy double name because
hyphenated names.
Pierce sure did do that.
I got Fitzgerald, Lyndon Fitzgerald. That sounds like the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The wreck of the Lyndon Fitzgerald. Marfont.
I'm sorry, but no. One minute.
Ashbourne?
Ashbourne's not bad. I've got Lockhart. I've got Windsor. I just married the royal
Windsor.
family.
Windsor Linden. I like that.
Yeah, sure.
Linden Windsor,
because they weren't the Windsor. That was not the royal family at the time.
Yeah.
But also, history.
Eventually, oh fuck.
I think they were still the whatever German version of it was.
Yeah. They changed that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening to the royal family. I just know they're on the money.
All right. She, her. And you are, or she is Florence's. What does Florence think of you?
Oh. Do we like each other? I think we like each other.
Yeah.
I think it is convenience, but like we actually get along, so it works.
Yeah, like you're good friends.
Like you're both very sensible and similar.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I said this wrong because of the sensible thing. Sorry about that. You literally just.
Fine. We can. That. I just brought it up because it's interesting, but we can use sensible the way we use sensible because we are speaking our English now and not Jane Austen's.
Yeah. Because don't make me speak Jane Austen's English.
No, we're not going to make you speak Jane Austen.
I also cannot do accents.
It's totally fine.
We would insult
I can badly fake one.
Let's see. What'd she think of me? I don't know.
She, I like.
She thinks you have a good head on your shoulders.
Like a good choice of a wife.
Yeah,
good wife.
You're a good wife.
I'm a good wife.
You're a catch.
I'm
awesome. I could see this being two just really good friends. You know that you married for the same reason. There's no secrets.
Yeah. And like if there's romance, they're cool. But like we're
I mean, look how hot she is. Like
she's very lovely.
I'm down.
All right. And we want to make. Did we say our second connection was going to be a suitor?
I also need we need parents, right? Or
yeah, I'm making at least one
Okay.
parent.
Yeah,
okay.
we can make a suitor for. All right. Shuffle.
Oh, that's right, because you're
cards.
trying to get.
Well, I don't know. I don't know who I want her to marry yet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. But so we just.
Yeah, but you need options.
I
Yeah.
know.
I just need one to exist. They don't have to have a connection to me, even.
Yeah.
They just have to exist eventually.
And we can also like make more later.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you want your sister to marry Grant?
You know what? I'm gonna make you marry Gronk.
I mean, there are worse ideas.
I mean, or at least he's an option.
He's an option.
Friend, and I know he's cool.
Yeah,
like,
he's decent. You're like, this is a good choice. Like, this is
respectable, not terrible person. That's that's all you can ask for.
That's a good.
he's
That's
a
a good
handsome
combo.
older gentleman. He is.
And he's not terrible.
And
Yeah.
he can only be 32 by our rules.
Yes.
By our rules, it's true.
By our rules, he's only 32. It's true. One of the things.
Older 32, but he's 32.
One of the things that we decided on in our collaboration phase was some hard limits about age differences. And adults can only, people over 20 can only be romantically involved with people up to 10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Grant would be 30, I think. If he's a
Oh.
prospect for
Maybe he just grazed,
energy.
maybe
yeah,
he just grazed maturely.
Yeah,
And,
he just.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep all that hair. It just went white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that
All right.
happens. Like some people
So-
get white real fast.
So what's Grant? And second question: are we calling him Grant or are we calling him Grant?
I mean, the age is right there.
The H is right there. It's true. All right. So what's Grant's last name? It can't be Alice because that's
Camden?
Grant Camden. I like that. How do you like that, Brooklyn? It's your connection.
I'm good with it, yeah.
Camden. All right. Grant Camden. And what is he to you?
Mm.
Is he like a business partner? Is he a friend?
Probably just a family friend.
Okay.
Like
Like a drinking buddy, maybe? I don't know.
yeah, he comes over to the dinners. He probably I don't know.
All right. So
Younger sibling who I was friends with. I don't know.
yeah, so he's a close
He's
friend.
around. I know him, and he's respectable.
He's a close friend, let's
Mhm.
say. Of close friend of Florence. What does he think about you?
I'm maybe a little too. He knows I'm ambitious.
Yeah?
He's aware. He doesn't. I don't think he has
Okay.
judgment on that, but he knows. It's
Okay. I think Florence is ambitious. All right. And now we got Imogen's characters. So, Imogen, you got to make a parent.
I gotta make a parent. I gotta make Linden parents. Do you want a mother, a father, or a non-binary parent? Which is most interesting? Because this is a parent that absolutely disapproves of
True.
Lieutenant Ellis.
Oh.
How do we feel about because we went gender off, that means women can serve in the military. Do we want a mother who's been in the military?
Oh, maybe that's why it's so important that
Yeah.
okay.
And with a peerage, maybe we're talking
I don't know ranks.
general, maybe, because that's really important.
Yeah.
Good one. Right?
General is Army. Usually
Yeah.
they were more Navy, so why don't we go for
Admiral, I guess.
Admiral.
yeah, let's go for Admiral.
There's Fleet Admiral and.
So this is my favorite.
I only know Star Trek ranks.
Isn't she
love
amazing?
her.
I love her so much.
Yes.
That's my mom.
Yes.
All right.
A modern
she-
Major General.
Rich, influential, and widowed. Proud, determined, and protective. Dedicated to the success of the family name. Gives plentiful advice in the form of constructive insults.
I love her. She's my idol.
Fits exactly the role she needs to have
Yeah,
in
that
the
was-
story.
That was
Yeah.
perfect.
I love her. She's she's one of my favorite cards. Also, buy the game. And if you get the games, like I recommend going to Staples and getting yourself these like
Yeah, I need to do
print
it.
to play.
The more I look, the more I
Like,
need to do it.
Art is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Admiral Hilda Linden. She, her. Or is that what we're going for? She, her?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that works for me.
Mom.
Mom.
Ma'am. What does mom think of you, Imogen?
I think she thinks of Imogen as being a silly girl.
Aw.
Silly girl. All right.
That's a constructive insult.
Yes.
Silly girl.
It's we best get her a good spouse so she can stop being so silly.
Yes. Love
Somebody
it.
else can handle that.
That is so good.
And you get to make another connection.
Yeah.
And they have some recommendations
Mhm.
on the sheet.
Yes.
These are all terrible.
Socially embarrassing parent is out because Hilda's widowed. Do we have another?
It's Hilda's widowed. We don't have to make her. You could have like a Mrs. Bennett type father.
True.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe the parent who is like our actual our rank, like our parent keeping us up in rank and respectability is like dead, and therefore that's a lot more pressure on me.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
'Cause I'm like half inherited it now, basically. Like mom's still kicking, but
Yeah, Dowager Admiral.
yeah.
Do we want another sibling, or do we want philandering cousin? I see is one of the options. We do have a couple of trash boys already.
Have some trash boys. We don't have any trash girls or trash thems.
We
Have
don't.
a trash them.
Wait, where's that
Yeah.
trash them? I missed it.
No, we could have a trash.
I thought you said we have one. I'm like, we do.
No, we can make one right now.
You're making one right now. It's happening.
All right. I'm gonna pick the cards that look the most trash can.
I believe in you.
Out of these cards.
I love our dowager mom.
Dowager Mom is great.
I respect the hell out of my dowager mom, and she's basically still in charge of me.
Yes.
Because I could learn so much. Like, technically, I have this stuff now, but like, mom, help.
It's good to have the weight of that authority behind you if you need it.
She has the reputation. Like, she's terrifying, and I want to be her one day.
All right. Here are my candidates for trash thems. We got Molly. Molly looks like there's something going on.
Yeah, Molly knows something I don't.
Up to something.
There's Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa has that kind of aloof trash going.
Melissa's judging me.
Melissa's judging you super hard. There is Beatrice.
Oh, she's so cute.
Beatrice is cute, but look at that smirk.
Yeah.
Love them.
Beatrice. I feel like Beatrice might be the one.
Sorry. There's
Also,
more. There's Abigail.
Oh my god, those
Abigail
eyebrows.
Looks like they will love you and leave you.
they do.
Also, they like bees. They're an apiarist, according to the
Ooh.
card. There's little bees.
Everyone loves bees.
Yeah,
bees.
these are cool.
And my favorite trash can, Dennis.
I'm sorry. the other girl was really high up on the list, but I think I have to go with Dennis just because of the hair.
That
I know,
hair
I
is
love
amazing.
it. It's so good.
Oh
I
my
love
god.
I just remember the
Dennis.
2005 Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Bingley.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like Dennis is so smug,
Mr. Bingley was a
so sure of himself.
Dennis. All right.
Themself in this case.
Themself, yeah. Dennis is they, them.
Dennis is just thinks everybody in the room loves them.
yeah.
But we probably don't.
Oh my god. How do we know this?
Dennis, so is aspiring gentleman of leisure from a neighboring family.
Gentle them.
Yes,
A
I
gentle-
feel
Aspiring
like this is
gentleman of leisure, yeah.
the trash cousin.
An excellent
Oh.
conversationalist, even better whist player, which is a weird card game.
Yes.
Desperate to marry well to avoid their father's edict that they become a naval officer.
Oh, it could be on mom's side.
Yeah.
All right.
Her very severe mom having this shitbird of like a nephew. Nibbling? Nibbling, I think, is a general.
Yeah, nibbling, I think, is
Sibling, yeah.
English is weird.
yes.
Yes.
New words also take some getting used to. But yeah, our terrible trash cousin who
Are they also a Linden, or do they have a different name?
might they be like like a branch family?
Okay.
Have a different last name.
Dennis Montgomery.
Oh,
Montgomery sounds
that's so-
trash.
I like Montgomery. That's
Our
so
weird
fun.
Scottish cousins are coming over. Montgomery Scottish? Did I get that one right?
I mean,
It sounds Scottish. I feel like I've seen it on TV
Yeah.
with Scottish names.
Montgomery is probably originally Norman, but
Mm.
Yeah.
like
That's
French E. But
Don't trust anything.
maybe they're a secret French
I think that
person.
Montgomery Scott from Star
Secret
Trek.
France. And what does Dennis think of Imogen? Probably that you're like, because you're the like more responsible one of the two.
Probably, but because my like general reputation is giving and incompetent,
Yeah.
so I think Dennis might be the one who's like, "Oh, Imogen's so sweet. She'll do me favors when I need them."
Okay. Easy to convince.
Yes.
All right.
Like, do they think you're a kind heart and generous, or do they think you're gullible?
I think I'm not sure where that line is drawn
Okay.
for Dennis.
They're a little bit trash, right? So.
Yeah. So I think Dennis is genuinely convinced that Imogen is a sweetheart and kind, but also that's really useful
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I like that. Easy to convince.
So I don't think it's a cynical manipulation thing. It's
Yeah.
just the way
It's like,
Dennis
oh,
is.
sweet cousin Imogen, please, you must come to this party with me.
Yes.
Mm.
Then I'm like, I
Mm.
protect you from everybody.
All right, and so now I gotta make some.
Yes.
Do you have any mandatory ones?
I do not have mandatory ones. So I have my ideas for connections: extravagant best friend,
Mm.
younger sibling, local gossip, uncle the viscount, hunting companion, object of desire, fiance, spouse. So I think I want a drinking buddy.
Mm.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Everyone needs a drinking buddy.
Yes.
Everybody needs a drinking buddy.
Unless they choose not to drink, in which case they need a tea buddy.
Yeah. Oh, I found her.
Ooh.
This is Marzi.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's so many good NPC cards.
I just
They're super good.
need them all.
Marzi is vivacious and a wealthy orphan.
Oh, interesting.
Fun, quirky, bubbly. easily offended, but quick to forgive. Her considerable wealth is provided by a mysterious benefactor she has never met. Marcy sounds like a party girl.
I love Marcy.
So
That's interesting.
I want to be Marcy's friend.
Marcy Beaumont. Marcy Beaumont. She, they pronouns. And I think Marcy is my best friend.
I like that.
Ellis. BFF. And I think what does he think about what does she think about Ellis? I think that she thinks Ellis is probably is very fun, but gets kind of down, little too hard on themselves, maybe.
Is it after enough drinks the war stories come out?
Yeah, maybe he's a hedonist for not all the great reasons kind of stuff. Yeah.
You're supposed to go out and drink and have fun, but you're not a fun drunk.
Well, not like a fun drunk, but I think it's he regrets it the next morning sometimes.
I've shared too much personal information.
Yeah, fun but a little too inhibited. Fun but needs to loosen up a little. Yeah, just so we don't get sad drink to forget.
Yeah,
that's not.
I think it was a veil, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was a veil, and it's also doesn't really fit with our
fun. Yeah.
Tone. Fun, but leads to loosen up a bit. And then I have Edith, because Edith is adorable.
Oh my gosh.
I love her.
I love her too.
What's her story?
She is a strong-willed teenager with a well-connected family, usually found out of doors or evading her governess, shy in public, but knows much more of her family's business and secrets than she lets on. And so I think Edith lets me get away with a lot of stuff. Probably covers for Ellis a bunch.
Oh, is this your little sister?
Yeah, this is little sister Pennington, Edith Pennington, she, her, Elsa's little sister. And she thinks that he is just the greatest.
Aww.
The best big brother in the world.
I love them. I love siblings.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's nice. I think she's probably she's not out yet. She's a teenager, right? So she's probably 15, 16.
Yeah. So hearing it, but not yet.
Maybe I have an idea. I don't think we're coming a little over, so we'll start this next time. But I think perhaps this game starts at her coming out ball.
I love that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Good. We get a ball.
Yeah, look, Robin and I have the same idea. So.
Yeah.
Yes. I like this.
All right. So now that we have all of our connections, what we are going to do is we are going to I had words and then I lost them. We're going to assign one connection to each of you, and I will play the other connections. So somebody has to take Marzi and somebody has to take Edith because I cannot play my own NPCs.
Okay. If no one else wants it, I could play Edith. I wanna look up
You
to
wanna be
Lauren with
Edith?
big bright eyes.
Okay. All right. We got Edith. Edith is played by Jess.
Oh, I didn't realize that we were gonna play the NPC. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're gonna see my wife.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And who wants to be Alice? Who wants to be my BFF?
I could be. Did you want to do that one?
I wouldn't mind being a drinking buddy. But
Yeah, you want to be Marzi? Okay.
if you don't mind, if that's okay with you, Anna.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll take Marzi.
All right. And so now we got two more people to fill out. I should probably not play Jacob because
You scorned his love.
I scorned his love, so there might be some scenes between Ellis and Jacob. So who wants to be Jess's brother?
The baby priest.
I want to be a baby priest.
The baby
How
priest.
many do we get to pick? Like we just.
Actually, yeah, it's just one. So I think that has to be Anna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, if you want to play, look, if you want to, it's fewer NPCs for me to play. So if there's an NPC you super want to be,
Okay.
let me know.
I would think about that.
Anna. And we got one more. Wait, no. Is that correct? No. Oh, no, that's me. I'm everybody else. So does anybody else want to take a second second character? Because if we all take two now, that means that we each have two, and then I will play whoever comes up later.
It's just a lot of these. I feel like I would at least come across in a scene, like my mom and my cousin. Like
I think I should be the Linden family.
yeah, and Montgomery, buddy, maybe. That's our cousin. Technically.
Yeah, I think I should be. I think I should be Hilda and Montgomery. Does anybody want to play
Grant or Jasper?
Jasper or Grant?
I was gonna volunteer for Jasper, but it might be weird if I'm also Jacob. Does anybody want to trade me for Jacob?
I can. Which one's the brother?
It's the brother.
Jacob's
I can take Jacob if you want to trade that off.
Yeah, I can do Jasper in that case.
All right.
Just like I don't want to be Lorelai's. Oh, now I'm your brother and your ex-flame, but okay.
That's okay.
Oh, I'm good with it. We're fine.
Brooklyn, Anna, Jess, do you want a second one?
If we're going that way, if we're going everyone's doing two, I could take another one. I could try and be Grant, but
What?
I think it's actually probably better for you to be Isabel.
okay.
Because then the sister isn't playing the sister-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait, is that your wife?
that's my way.
Oh, so I get to live out my dream of actually having married you.
Yeah, we get to live all of these dreams. I get to be Anna's mom this time. That's a new thing.
Yeah. So that leaves me playing Jasper and who else?
Grant.
We're buddies.
Grant. Yes.
Grant. Yeah. That's good. This is the one thing about, so there's two ways that you can play this. You can play this with a facilitator not playing a major character. They recommend if there are 4 people or less, 4 players or less, that the facilitator plays a major character. So that's why I'm playing it.
Okay.
But one of the things that I noticed about playing a facilitator main character is that, like, there's so many NPCs.
Yeah.
Because you're making extra NPCs. And so I've found that when everybody else only plays one and I have to play everybody else, it's a little bit easier to have 2. And because we're playing a longer game, not every NPC has to be in every scene. So yeah. And that is, I believe that's the rest of the backstory phase. Yeah. So we went over, I'm so sorry, Jess.
No, it's okay. I honestly don't mind.
But this means that we have 3 sessions to play, so that's probably going to be 2 cycles, maybe 3 cycles, depending on cycles of play, depending on how we go the next 4 weeks. But we will start, and I'll explain kind of the mechanics next week. But yeah, we have our characters. Do we want to decide? Let's do one more thing. Do we want to decide the name of, or are we in a town or are we in the country? Do we all have a state?
Oh, where do we want to be? Well, we're having a ball.
You can have a ball. So the way it works is that sometimes balls were in the city. You have Bath and you have London. That's where, kind of everybody went to usually during the winter time for the season. Mm-hmm. Or it could be in the summer. We could be in insert random province of England here. Everybody will have estates and we're all kind of in the same neighborhood and we are within walking or riding distance.
Considering how much our relationships overlap, it makes sense to be in a smaller place than London.
Okay.
But I mean, we do travel to smaller places too. True. And like it's it's probably like more tight knit.
Yeah. Well, so it's more tight knit if you have it in a neighborhood, and it's a question of like, do we want pastoral, looking out into the fields forlornly when something happens, or do we want lots of gossip and lots of parties?
I like cities for gossip. In real life, I would love to stare forlornly at the countryside, but
there will be lots of gossip either way.
I need drama.
There would be lots of gossip in the country because people are bored and they need to gossip.
I live in a village of 600 people. We gossip so much.
Yeah, there's 3,000 people in our town. Everyone knows who you are, and you can't do anything, or they can't.
Totally.
How much do we want to be riding horses, basically?
Yeah.
And do we want to ride them around Hyde Park, or do we want to actually go somewhere?
Going hunting,
fishing,
going on picnics.
Just going on rides is also just
going on rides. It was actually one of a lady's main forms of exercise was riding horses back then. So do we want it to be winter or summer is another way to take this, right? Because the London and Bath was more active in the winter, and the country was obviously more populated in the summer.
I was thinking very early autumn, maybe.
Okay.
Just because it's nice. It's a nice look. The things.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's probably in the country because people went hunting. We could go nutting.
Foraging.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Go tramping through the hedges looking for hazelnuts and stuff.
Oh, look at us being so outdoorsy.
Yeah.
It's nice enough that you can like go for picnics, but like it's not hot,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so the person carrying your umbrella doesn't get warm. Like,
Yeah. And we don't have to eat iced cream, which is how they always say it in the movies. Oh yes, look at this iced cream or ices. They were eating ices. All right, so we'll come back to this next week. I hope that character creation was like at least exciting enough for everybody watching. But thanks for watching our character creation. I think we have a really good crew. Lots of drama, lots of smooch potential.
I'm excited for all these trash folks.
I'm really
romance my own wife. It's gonna be great.
I'm really excited that, like I said, that we get to play this over a few sessions because I've only ever played one shots, and this is such an involved character creation. Like trying to squish this into an hour is just, I mean, it can be done, but it's so much better to like talk through everything.
I like it. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah,
This was fun. I like how much drama we managed to achieve while filling in the character sheet.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? You're just like, and that's one of the great things about this game, and I think why character creation is really interesting. It's not just like, you know, coming up with bonds or coming up with stats or whatever, is that you're already starting to tell the story.
You're making the the prologue, basically.
Yeah, essentially. All the stuff that like gets referred to in the past, we kind of get to discover now, and we've made a lot of drama.
Yeah. We're playing a dramedy, and I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready for
All right.
this.
Do we want to go around and say goodbyes and...
Yeah. Let's go back around. Do you want to go? We'll go backwards order from how we started. So Lauren, you can go first this time.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I have been your facilitator and also Ellis. I am JL_nice girl on Twitter. I am Starving Soubrette on Twitch. I stream solo tabletop role-playing games on my Twitch stream. I am doing it now Tuesday evenings. So come find me tomorrow. I'm going to finish up Plot Armor by DC, and it's going to be a real fun time. That's me. I forget who was before me.
That command didn't work. I was trying to... Anna, you're next.
Hi, I'm Anna, at Anna Landin on Twitter. I am a freelance artist and player of an intense number of tabletop games. And my Twitter will link you onwards to my webcomic and my Patreon and all of those things. And also show you an awful lot of pictures of my cat. And you can catch me here on Mondays for the next couple of weeks. And once we hit September on Little Cup of Joe's Twitch channel for the return of the Promise Tree, the Ryutama game, in which I play a small girl with deer horns trying to save the world from terrible people.
Sweet, tiny deer mom.
Yes, in which I definitely play the mom friend.
Love it. Awesome. Actually, because you were saying like all the things that people can find of yours, I literally in a game shop yesterday saw Flotsam for the first time, and I was like, I did that! Like, oh my gosh!
I did that! Well, I did some pictures for that. Yes.
That was really awesome. Yay, Brooklyn.
Yeah, me. Hi, I'm Brooklyn. I am currently, I guess, your responsible older sister. That's novel. You can find me over on @Duskrogue for Twitter, and then I am also on the podcast Sacrosanct, which you can find on Twitter @SacrosanctRP, which is very fun. And I play a very stressed druid who is not the mom friend. She's the why are we doing this friend? Get me out of here. Where's my mom friend?
I love it. Amazing. Perfect. And yeah, and then last is me. Hi, I'm Jess. This is my channel. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thank y'all for playing this game. I can't wait. I'm so excited that next time we get to start with the coming out ball. I'm so excited that we get to start with the ball next time. So thanks anyone who was hanging out today. Definitely come hang out with us every Monday for the next few weeks while we get to play this good society crew. Make sure you hit the follow here. I'm also gonna obviously post this on YouTube later, so if you ever need to see VODs or stuff later, if you miss anything, you can still catch it. I'll make it available to you, and everyone will be linked so you can find them, because they're awesome and you should go follow everyone here. We do lots of TTRPGs on here. We do Spire. We do a lot of like Fiasco and one-shots and trying out new indie games for the first time as much as we can. So come hang out for all of that. Later on today, I'm going to come back here and just chill out and do some Stardew. If that's also your jam, come chill out with me on the farm, because it's nice to just chill and take care of cute animals all the time. So thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully we'll see you all later. Have a good rest of your day. Bye! Thanks for watching.